business investment, especially through the public-private partnerships window. With an overwhelming debt burden, we see PPPs as the open window of opportunity to develop the country. We therefore invite the business community in Sweden and Norway to embrace their Kenyan counterparts in this journey. It is in this light that I wish all participants in the joint Swedish-Norwegian Business Summit all the success. But how I wish that at the conclusion of the summit, the outcome would reflect a tripartite Kenya-Swedish-Norwegian summit. Finally, before I walk off the podium, I just want to re-emphasize one or two things. Let us really make this trade work. I would like to request Sweden to reflect a little on the money transfer aspects, because there's a little bit of a hitch on funds being transferred from Sweden to Kenya. I think if we can look at the hitches, it would be very helpful so that we can encourage the trade to move even faster. With these remarks, I can only say that we wish you a good stay. We also hope that you'll enjoy a bit of our tourism before you head back to the cold. I'm sure you can. The climate here is much, much warmer and pleasant. So please make the best of it while you're here. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, and we wish you the very best. Thank you.
Prime Cabinet Secretary of Kenya, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, thank you very much for your remarks. It is now time to get into our panel conversation this morning. Like we said, we're looking at areas of collaboration between private sector and government and between our three nations. Remember, it's all about pioneering sustainable solutions together between our three nations. And so that is what we will be seeking to find, what government is doing, what they are planning to do, private sector, and some of the initiatives that they have put in place towards sustainability and ensuring that business is done the right way. Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome my panelists up here on stage. Ms. Anna Beata Christensen Tvinnereim, who's the Norwegian Minister of International Development and Nordic Cooperation. Welcome. Also here, Mr. Johan Forssell, who's the Swedish Minister for International Cooperation and Foreign Trade. Welcome up here. We could have you join us. Also joining us on the panel is Ms. Anna Marit Buren-Flatten, who's a State Secretary. Welcome, Ms. Anna. Please. And from the other end of the spectrum, please occupy the table at the furthest end, Ms. Anna. Okay, thank you. No, at that end. Yes, the next table. Great, thank you. Mr. Ngeno Waigara, who's partner and manager Kenya Norscan 22. Welcome up here on stage. And Mr. Sitoro Lepokoyit, who's the Managing Director, M-Pesa Africa, and the Chief Financial Officer for Safaricom. You've heard a lot about M-Pesa. We'll hear more about it here. And then, ladies and gentlemen, last but certainly not least, Ms. Helen Wooden, who's the CEO of Wooden Water. Please, let's give them a warm round of applause as we begin our conversation here. Ladies and gentlemen, you see, we've tried to make sure the panel is also well represented when it comes to gender. Thank you very much for joining us. So I'd like to start, with the government side for a moment. Climate change is real. It's a threat everybody across the world is facing. So I'd like to start with you, Ms. Tvinnereim. How do we pave the way for trade and investments to be able to reach the goals that we have set out on the globe.
Thank you very much, Your Royal Highnesses, ministers, colleague, friends. My Swedish colleague and I recently returned from COP27 in Sharm el-Sheikh. And, global climate negotiations are vital and essential to save us from the imminent threat of climate change. But we know that that is only going to take us so far. What's really going to make the difference is, the implementation of new technology and innovation from private businesses such as the ones we see here in the audience. And as Minister of International Development of Norway, in charge of Norwegian ODA, the official development assistance money, I know that, important as it is, ODA will only take us this far. What really can make a difference is if we use that money, the ODA money, to leverage private investments. And that is something I know that both my Swedish colleague and I are really looking into, new innovative mechanisms to make sure that the private investments get out there on the ground, because we have no time to waste. And thank you, honourable ministers, for mentioning also the Norwegian pledge on climate finance and doubling the climate finance. And just let me underline that contributes a whole lot of that pledge contributes to substantial investments in renewable energy and climate adaptation. And you know that climate adaptation to a large extent includes climate-smart food production, which is something that Kenya, the region, and Africa truly needs. I believe that, I see that there's a lot of excellent partnership between Norwegian businesses and Kenyan businesses already. I see when I regularly meet the Norwegian business community, especially small-scale businesses, they are very forward-leaning, very eager to get their technologies and their services out there on the ground. So I see my job as Minister of International to contribute to that scene. And I know that Norwegian companies have a whole lot to contribute on the transition to renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, food production, and environmental technology and digital solutions. And we know, let me just underline energy, because energy is key to mitigation, it's key to adaptation to climate change, and to developing future industries and employment. Because what we need to do is not only make sure that the whole world reaches the green transition, we need to produce a whole lot more food. We have to have everyone on board on that travel, on that journey. Let us see, the climate's, this huge challenge of saving the climate. It's also a huge business opportunity.
Indeed, it is.
Thank you.
Indeed, thank you. Minister Fossel, where do you see us going? What inputs do you feel you and other government stakeholders can provide?
Well, Your Royal Highnesses and Honourable Ministers, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's a true privilege for me to stand here today representing the new Swedish government at the opening of this business forum. And thank you for the question. I think my government sees a great potential when it comes to even further strengthening the ties between Sweden and Norway and Kenya. And I know that that is a potential that many Swedish and Norwegian companies also sees a great potential in, and many of them are here today. And Kenya, both as a partner, both when it comes to commercial, financial, and the logistical hub of Eastern Africa, really offers such tremendous possibilities within a very wide range of sectors. I think that's very important to underline. It's not just one or two sectors here. It can be energy, ICT, telecom, infrastructure, the green transition, etc. And these are opportunities that I think Kenya is in many ways seizing already. And I am confident that when in place, the implementation of this economic partnership agreement will be a building block towards economic integration. as well as when it comes to the EAC, but also when it comes to the AFCFTA, the free trade agreement. And I would also like to underline the importance of the fact that Kenya is already one of the most important trade partners in sub-Saharan Africa for Sweden and for the whole of European Union. And we hope to finalize the EPA negotiations during the Swedish presidency of the European Union from January the 1st next year. And on the importance of good trade partners, Sweden and Kenya have recently entered this memorandum of understanding, which in many ways aims to promoting both trade and investments between our two countries. And we really see a great potential in this field, and I know that Business Sweden, being here today, is very instrumental in reaching this goal, and their strong presence here in Kenya, I think, is of high value to us. And the Swedish government, we of course support Kenya's ambition to transform Kenya into a newly industrializing, middle-income country, providing this high quality of life to all people in Kenya, and also with a very clean and secure environment. And I think both Norway and Sweden can really be a partner here when it comes to handling all these challenges. Kenya's strong market, the growing middle class, in combination with large investments made on infrastructure and green transition, has really created a lot of opportunities. And we are very committed from the Swedish government to continue working with the Kenyan government in order to further strengthening these business ties. And I hope and I believe that we, from the Swedish perspective, are very well positioned to continue working with this. We have here today great examples such as AstraZeneca when it comes to the development of vaccines for COVID. We have Elekta here, one of the most advanced cancer care treatment systems in the whole world. I think that really proves the point. We have numerous unicorns in Sweden, some of which are present here today. We have Spotify, we have Klarna, and we also have the backbone of infrastructure from companies such as Ericsson here today. And also being one of the strongest startup hubs in the whole world, I think we have a lot of experience from Sweden here to share. Okay, enough of talking great about Sweden. But I would finally like to mention one important thing, and that is we are currently exploring now within the government how to combine the perspectives of both development cooperation and aid together with trade. I think that's the recipe for future, really, to combine all of these important factors. And I hope that we will be able to create more of synergies between all these important areas, a better toolbox that hopefully can contribute to becoming a even more prosperous future, but also to make it more sustainable in that aspect. So I hope that this business forum and the opening today will serve as a springboard, really, to even deepen our exchange and to build stronger relationships of value creation for the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister Fraser. As you can hear, great reception to aid and trade and finding the right balance to that. Thank you. Ms. Björn-Flaten, where do you see opportunities?
Your Royal Highnesses, Honourable Ministers, dear all, if we are to solve the big challenges of our time, such as climate change, we need to work together. And I'm therefore happy to see so many Norwegian, Sweden and Kenyan companies present here today. International trade and business cooperation allow for the best ideas, technologies and solutions to spread around the world. And this is essential if we want to achieve the goals in the Paris Agreement. Joint commitment, both across the private and the public sector, is key to develop the technology that the world needs. The ongoing green transition offers many new opportunities for businesses such as the energy sector and the agricultural sector. Investments and business cooperations are of great importance in order to address the challenges we face globally, such as the climate crisis. And last summer, the Norwegian government launched a roadmap for our Green Industrial Initiative with the intention to accelerate the green industrial transition in Norway. The government has identified 7 areas that will be prioritized in the Green Industrial Initiative. And these areas are the value chain for offshore wind, batteries, hydrogen, carbon capture and storage, the process industry, the maritime industry, and forestry and the timber industry, and other bioeconomy sectors. Norway has world-leading businesses specializing in future-oriented green technological solutions, such as green shipping, renewable energy, solar, wind, and hydropower, as well as smart agri-tech solutions, to name but a few. And this is the kind of innovations needed across the world to succeed with the green transition, as well as to reach the UN Sustainable Development Goals and the Paris Agreement, we believe. Agri-tech can play an important role in the further development of a sustainable, future-oriented agriculture. Agri-tech will be an important tool for achieving the goal of reducing agriculture's total greenhouse gas emissions. And further, we believe that Norwegian agri-tech solutions can create jobs and contribute to the development of sustainable agriculture globally and contribute to progress with the UN Sustainability Goal number 2 to eradicate hunger. And we look forward to the rest of the seminar to discuss this more important and innovative solutions.
Thank you very much, Madam Minister, for that. And indeed, we look forward to
Enjoy discounts of up to 50% on baby care products. Download the app now. My Dawa, we deliver.
Lakini ina uzito hiyo jina yenyewe.
Hajasema alikuwa nyuma ya Japan jana. Amesema alikuwa nyuma ya Japan.
Alikuwa nyuma ya Germany.
Ujerumani.
Sawa, hiyo at least tumeweka gagas. Hiyo mechi ya Germany.
Ya Germany. Mimi nilifurahia walipigwa kusema kweli. Nataka watu.
Ulifurahi?
Watu.
Kwa nini?
Nataka watu wakubwa tuondoke kidogo.
Angalau waache nafasi ya African team.
Kidogo.
Wewe umesema unashabikia timu gani Afrika by the way?
Mimi Senegal.
Senegal. Wewe pia Senegal. Nafikiria ni rahisi kuuliza wakazi unashabikia timu gani Afrika?
Afrika niko na Cameroon.
Cameroon.
Watu wa misuli.
Watu wa misuli.
Watu wa kula fufu and roast stadiums.
Wewe unashabikia timu gani Afrika?
Afrika. Mimi niko Morocco.
Morocco. Basi mimi niko na yeye. Mimi niko na yeye.
Siwezi kusahau. Kwanza kuna wakati nilikuwa Morocco alinipokea vizuri. Wakati wa kombe la bara Afrika.
Lakini
nikaenjoy mwenyewe. Kuna sasa nitakuacha vipi Morocco wakati huu?
Kaka Josu huyu miaka ya nyuma hiyo. Akitangaza mechi ya Mwarabu kutoka Morocco na timu za Kenya.
Gota weka.
Wengine wanasema Mwarabu huyu amekuja ametunyanyasa nyumbani.
Ndio.
Time zimefika. Labda alifika huko wakamuona vizuri. Ndio jamaa na shamba pale Mombasa Road. Wewe ukajua mimi najua huyu rafiki yangu bana. Ile ni kama ukikopesha babako pesa kurudisha dinoba. Lakini sawa tu. Wakazi. Tuanze mechi za leo ama tuangazie zile mechi za... Nafikiri tuanze mechi ya leo. Na tutaanza na mechi ya Cameroon ambayo wewe mwenyewe unashabikia hiyo timu. Unacheza na Switzerland. Sasa hao Swizi sijaangalia vizuri, lakini kimawazo yangu naona ni kama Cameroon wanaweza wakapata ushindi. Mara ya kwanza niko na wewe. Lakini ni mbinu gani ambayo mkufunzi anafaa kutumia angalau kuhakikisha kwamba Morocco sasa, wachana na Senegal, Morocco ameonyesha kwamba kuna nafasi. Na leo hii Cameroon watakuwa nakutana na
Tunisia.
Hata Tunisia wana nafasi.
Walionyesha.
Ndio.
Kutoka sare mechi.
Tunisia kweli yako. Sasa labda ni mbinu gani ambayo huyu Mkameruni anafaa kutumia ili kuhakikisha kwamba kuna usajili ushindi leo?
Jambo la kwanza ambalo